गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Okay. Let us discuss some Mulavidya Nirasa today. Purvapakshi told that there is a positive ignorance. He always thinks that ignorance is something, a positive substance. It is found in our life, Purvapakshi says. Purvapakshi says, we have discussed a little bit and will discuss little more the same point. So he says that ignorance is present in our life, in our waking state, in the form of an experience. In the form of an experience that I don't know myself. He says, this experience, I don't know myself, is referring to this anubhava, this experience is expressing. This experience can be expressed, or let us say, I don't know myself, this is an expression. This expression is referring to that Mulavidya or positive ignorance. We have an expression, I don't know myself. This I don't know myself is an expression expressing a Mulavidya in our life. Siddhanti says no. That expression can be interpreted, or that experience, I don't know myself, this experience has to be analyzed and understood. If you analyze it, it reveals only three things. Either a simply not knowing, an absence of knowledge, or a misunderstanding, or a doubt. This experience on its analysis comes to reveal only three kinds of ignorance. You understand that there can only, this experience can mean that I don't know myself is an experience. This experience means only three kinds of ignorance, that is an absence of knowledge, or a misunderstanding, or a doubt. No fourth one. How he gives an example. He gives, Siddhanti gives an explanation. Tathahi vyavahare tatra tatra. When we don't know something, when we say I don't know something, I don't know implies, see, this is a very interesting thing. I don't know implies two things we have to take. One is a worldly event of ignorance, worldly instances, worldly illustrations of ignorance, and the Atma ignorance, both. First we take worldly, and then next we shall apply it to the Atma also. Okay. I don't know. When you say, I don't know, when you say, in totally blankness, I don't know doesn't arise. When you are totally blank, like in deep sleep, or like in a state of a coma. In coma or deep sleep, you have no experience of I don't know. Do you have? We do not have. So only in the waking state, in a conscious state alone, we have this idea of I don't know. So in this conscious state, are we aware of the world or not? Are we aware of the world? Are we aware of oneself as something, whatever you are? Whatever you know, you ask a person, what are you? He knows something. So here, when he says, I don't know something, let us take a worldly instance, then next we take Atma ignorance also. First take the worldly ignorance. When I say I don't know something, you always mean worldly instance. Let us take. In a worldly instance, when you say I don't know something, you mean that you know many other things. Without knowledge, total blankness nobody is. That total blankness means you are in deep sleep or coma. We are neither in deep sleep nor in coma. We are talking of waking state. Here Swamiji says clearly, it is in waking state. In the Jagrad Avasthayam, he says clearly. Jagrad Avasthayam, in the beginning of the paragraph, Swamiji says clearly, in the waking state, Jagrad Avasthayam. That means in a worldly instance we are talking. So in the waking state, when you say, I don't know, you always mean that you know many other things. Okay? We know many other things. I know this book, table, etc. Many things I know. But this particular thing which you are saying, I don't know. So I don't know is always accompanied by a knowledge of many other things. A knowledge of many other things. I know many other things, but not this one. That means what I know, that means I know certain things. Therefore, this one is not one of my known things. It means that this one is not one of my known things. I have some knowledge, but this particular thing is not part of what I already know. That means that not knowing always implies that you know something, but you don't know this one. So it is always accompanied by some knowledge. Because you are in waking state, you are in a conscious state. In a conscious state, you can't be totally blank like in deep sleep and coma. You are in waking state. Therefore, you know something, but not something else. So it can be simple absence of knowledge. But the simple absence of knowledge always requires knowledge of many other things. We have to say this because we have to analyze it so well, so subtly, because the Mulavidyavadi missed this point. They have imagined many other things. They say there is a total blankness of ignorance is present. How can there be total blankness? At least you know yourself. At least you see this table and this book and chair and the wall and the ceiling and the light and all this cell phone and all this. At least you know something. Do you ever remain without knowing anything? Are you totally blank? Such an experience nobody has. Even in deep sleep, you don't have an experience of I don't know. I don't know experience nobody has in deep sleep or in coma. Only in waking state. But in waking state, you know something. Every ordinary person, why ordinary? Every person knows something, but doesn't know certain other things. So here, it refers to that I know certain things, but this one I don't know. This one is not part of my known things. I have some knowledge, but this one is not part of my knowledge. So the absence of knowledge means this. Okay. Absence of knowledge can mean something else also. I think that we have to put together, but Swamiji will tell in the next section, 24th. Now we are discussing 23rd passage. 24th passage, Swamiji is going to discuss that. I think I should cover it there. Anyway, if necessary, I will touch this also. Sometimes it is very difficult. Swamiji glows slowly, just like Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya also, in discussions, he doesn't reveal the point directly. He goes one argument, then next argument, then dismisses that argument, again dismisses another argument, again dismisses another. Then he goes on slowly. We don't know where we are going. At the end of the big discussion, he reveals the point. So, at the end of the discussion, all these arguments become clear at the end. Swamiji also adopts Shankaracharya's style of arguing it. So in the beginning he doesn't say, but the problem is if you don't tell in the beginning, it becomes very, very difficult to understand. You cannot understand it at all because you don't know where you are going. Argument is leading you somewhere. It is too much of confusion. Therefore, it is better to say, okay. So two things I say. I think what is going to be stated in the next section, I'll say right now. Otherwise, it is a confusion. It will be clear right now. Two reasons one say. For absence of knowledge, you need a knowledge of something, and then only in contrast with that knowledge, you say, I don't know this. To say, I don't know, first you have to be a conscious being that you know yourself and you know the world. Okay, world means some objects in the world. You are aware of the world. You are aware of yourself. So this much knowledge you have. Okay, some knowledge of yourself and the world you have. With this knowledge, you say that something I don't know. So that I don't know always requires a side-by-side knowledge of many other things. A knowledge of certain other things, and you don't know this particular one. So this, you have some knowledge accompanying you, and you don't know a certain thing. Like this, an absence of knowledge is always accompanied by some knowledge also. Knowledge of certain other things. Okay? Without this, you can't have a bare absence of knowledge. That doesn't exist even in deep sleep and coma also, because you have no thought of, you have no notion of, I don't know myself or I don't know anything. I don't know myself, I don't know anything, such a thing doesn't exist. I don't know myself, this is also a very interesting thing. Then coming to the Adhyatmika, directly let us apply. Coming to the spiritual one, that is Atma nature. Do you ever have a knowledge that I don't know myself? It's impossible. Nobody can have such a knowledge that I don't know myself. If you don't know myself, at least you are conscious of yourself as an individual. At least you are conscious of yourself. You do not have even that? Don't you have even that? They say in deep sleep, before the world, even before the world, there was a total blankness, a total ignorance, they say. Such a thing never existed. Show me. Do you have such an experience of total ignorance? Total ignorance where you don't know yourself also. When you say generally, normally when you talk of these things, when he talks of this thing, that thing, this thing, many things he listens it. Then he comes to another city, oh, that one you're talking, no, I don't know that. I have never seen that. No, I have not seen it. That means you can only say as a conscious being living in the world. That means you are conscious of many things. You know many things, but you don't know this thing. Similarly, in Atma Jnanam also, to say that I don't know myself, such an experience always assumes a knowledge of yourself as an individual. You have a knowledge of yourself as somebody. As a somebody, you say that I don't know something more about me. I know this much about myself. I know somebody. I am somebody here. Okay, I am somebody. I know only this much. I am a human being. I am an individual. I live in India and I live in Holy Narsapura. At least this much you know. Saying that this much you have, this much you know, and more than this you don't know. This is what it means. Even in spiritual sense, you can't have a total blanketing ignorance. They say, yes, we have it in deep sleep. Even deep sleep, nobody has a notion of I don't know myself. Do you have a notion of I don't know myself? After coming into waking, you talk of deep sleep where you say I didn't know myself. But I didn't know myself in deep sleep. But during deep sleep, you did not have a notion that I don't know myself. To say I don't know myself, the knowledge of I is required. That much of knowledge is required. If you don't have that, then you have no mind. You have no mind, you have no individuality consciousness, then you cannot have ignorance also. The total blankness is no notion at all. Therefore, in Adhyatmic sense also, whether in worldly sense means a given object in life. Regarding a given object in life, or whether it is about Atma Ajnanam, In either cases, you always, an ignorance, not knowing something, an absence of knowledge always is accompanied by some knowledge. It is so simple and evident, so clear. I don't know many things, but this one I don't know. This is worldly event. When it comes to Atma, I know myself as an individual, at least I am somebody. But I know only this much, I don't know more than this. When you say I don't know myself, you can only say you know yourself as somebody, but don't know this particular extra knowledge about yourself which Shastra is talking or somebody else is talking. Isn't it? So, to say that I don't know, you have to have first a basic self-consciousness that I am. Worldly sense I am talking. Self-consciousness means worldly sense. In the worldly matter, in the worldly sense, you should be conscious of yourself as an individual. Then as an individual, you talk of ignorance about yourself. But even to talk of ignorance of yourself, you have to be conscious of yourself as an individual. So that much knowledge. Otherwise, if you are not an individual and you totally blocked out, all your individual consciousness is also blocked out like in coma and deep sleep. You have no thought, no notion, no thought, nothing at all. So you don't have even I don't know myself thought also, you cannot have. Not possible. This is the mistake. This is the right way of understanding it. But whereas Mulavidya Vadins say, in deep sleep, when there is a total blankness, the total blankness itself is a positive ignorance, they say. There is no notion. In total blankness, like in coma and in deep sleep, you have no notion of I don't know myself. First thing is I don't know myself. Is it possible to have? In deep sleep, is it possible to have a notion about yourself or ignorance about yourself that I don't know myself, that I am sleeping? Does anybody say? I don't know myself, that I am in coma. Nobody has such a notion. It is not possible also. So that I don't know myself, such a direct statement is not is impossible. It is totally impossible. To say that I don't know myself, you have some knowledge of yourself. You are a conscious, and that means you are in waking state. In other words, you have to be in waking. Only you can say, when you are in waking state, you know yourself as some individual or somebody, whatever you know, little bit you know about yourself. As that person, knowing this much about me, I don't know something more about me. I know only this much. Okay? I know only this much. I don't know more about me. This is absence of knowledge. Absence of knowledge always requires this. Presupposes certain other knowledge. Without any knowledge, total blankness, nobody has. Total blanketing ignorance, nobody has. That only, even to say blanketing ignorance about deep sleep, you say it only when you are in waking state. Okay. You say that only in waking state. In waking state, you are there talking. You are conscious individual, you are talking. That means you are conscious of yourself this much. You are conscious of the world, conscious of yourself, at least this much individuality you have. Then, having this much of knowledge, you say, I don't know more about myself. I know myself as an individual, as a human being. But you say, I am something more than this? Oh, that I don't know. No, you are more than this. You are pure consciousness. You are Atma. You are Brahman. Oh, this I have never heard. I don't know. I know that I am an individual. This much I know. But something more you are talking, this I don't know. So, this absence of knowledge requires some knowledge always. Okay? ಈಗ second point. This I don't know myself expression or this anubhava implies a second thing. It can imply a misunderstanding also. Take the example of rope and snake. You say, I know it as a snake, so I don't know anything else. I know that it is a snake. He says, somebody asks, is it a snake or something more? No, I don't know. But I see that it is a snake. This much I know. But if it is something more, I don't know then. I know that it is a snake. But more than this, I don't know. So here, the snake, you have a misunderstanding. Okay. But all that I know is this much only. But if there is a something, but it looks very similar to absence of knowledge and then misunderstanding, because they are similar also. Because without some knowledge, without remaining in adhyasa, you can't think of absence of knowledge also. Therefore, it is right. Then coming to the doubt, it can mean that I doubt. I have a wavering knowledge. I have a indecisive knowledge. Maybe this, maybe that. Even in that, no, I don't. If somebody asks, what is this? Do you know this? You say, maybe this or maybe something, maybe this or that, but I'm not sure. So when you say, I don't know something, you mean that you are not sure of it. You say that you are not sure of it. First one is, I don't know. Second one is, I know this much, but you are telling that it is something different. So I don't know then. I don't know then, I can't say. But what I know is it is a snake. But you are telling there might be, it is something more than snake. But I tell you, I don't know. I know that snake, I know. This much I can say. In mithya jnanam, in misunderstanding, you know what you know, snake. But more than this, I can't say. Because I don't know. In doubt, coming to the doubt. It may be snake, may not be snake. So maybe snake or maybe something else. So I'm not sure. When you say non-sure, that is also I don't know. This I don't know can mean an absence of knowledge. I don't know can mean a misunderstanding. Being in a misunderstanding and not knowing the correct one, not knowing the right one. I am in this understanding of snake, but I don't know the other one. I don't know if there is anything else. Okay. I don't know can mean a misunderstanding. I don't know can mean simple absence of knowledge. I don't know can mean a doubt. So in worldly matters, the same I don't know can be interpreted as in any of these three things. Jnana abhava, that is an absence of knowledge or a misunderstanding or a doubt. Okay. Now applying it to Atma Jnanam. Atma Ajnanam. Even regarding Atma Ajnanam also, the same thing applies. But in fact, it is very clear also. When you say, I don't know myself, there can't be, just I already told it, I'm just repeating. You can't be a total blankness like in deep sleep. Even in deep sleep, you have no notion of I don't know myself. So, I don't know myself doesn't refer to total blankness. Because in waking state, you are conscious of yourself as an individual and you are watching, you are aware of the world. Being aware of yourself as an individual and the world, you can only say that I know only this much as an individual. I don't know anything else. So here there is no absence of knowledge. It always assumes mithya jnanam alone, misunderstanding alone. I know myself as an individual. I don't know anything other than this. When somebody says, Shastra says that we are Brahman, do you know such thing? Do you know any such thing as a Brahman? If you ask this question, the other person answers, I know as an individual, I am a body, mind and sense organs. I am the aggregate of this body, mind and sense organs. I am talking, thinking, listening, understanding, seeing, watching, feeling and thinking. This is what I am. But if you say something other than this, no, I think I don't know. Because I have never experienced that. I know only this much, that I am an individual. So, to being an individual, knowing yourself as an individual is a mithya jnanam. Mithya jnanam means you don't know when you are an individual, that individuality is a mithya jnanam. Only when Shastra refers, oh, is this mithya jnanam? Oh, I don't know. Then I have to understand how it is mithya jnanam. I don't know if my being individual, that is being jiva, is a mithya jnanam. Oh, you mean being Jiva is a wrong thing? If Shruti says you are Brahman, then if I am Brahman, then what is this that I am Jiva? That I am a Jiva, that I am an individual, what is it? It implies that it is a wrong knowledge. Oh, it is wrong? No, but I don't think it is wrong, because for my experience, I feel that I am this only. So when you are steeped in that ignorance, in the misunderstanding, you take yourself to be an individual Jiva. And as a Jiva, you are sure that, yes, I know myself as a Jiva, that's all. I know myself as a Jiva, that's all. But if Shruti says that, yes, I can prove to you, Shruti says that you are something other than individual, your individuality is not true. Oh, assumes if it is true what you say, then I don't know that. I don't know that I am Brahman, I don't know. So Brahmatvam I don't know comes only after Shruti says, or Guru or Shastra or somebody says that your individuality is not true, you are Brahman. As you hear it, then you come to know, oh, you mean this individuality is a misunderstanding? But it doesn't appear to me as a misunderstanding. But anyway, if it is a misunderstanding, just assuming that it is a misunderstanding, no, but I have not understood that it is a misunderstanding. I have not understood that I have not understood the right understanding. I do not have the right understanding because I have not understood this Jivahood as a misunderstanding. Therefore, I don't know. I know that I am Jiva. So, to say that I don't know something other than Jivahood, I should have the understanding of Jivahood. I should have some knowledge. It is an error, it is a misunderstanding, but you have it. So, without being a Jiva, you cannot talk of I don't know. I don't know myself, such an experience, directly, totally blank, nobody has. Mulavidya says that I don't know myself is a total blankness, such an anubhava is possible. He is under error, he is misunderstanding. He is obviously under misunderstanding. It is totally missed the point. Total blank, I don't know. To say that I don't know, even that I don't know is a thought, is an individuality. I don't know itself is a thought. In order to say I don't know, you have to say that I is a thought. So how can you say I don't know anything? Total blankness, total ignorance, total blanketing ignorance is impossible. Such a thing never existed in anybody's life. That Mulavidya say, advocates of Mulavidya, total blankness is present in deep sleep. Or before the world was created, there is a total blanketing darkness, blanketing ignorance. Such a thing never exists. So, under the misunderstanding alone, that means you understand yourself as somebody, as a Jiva. Being a Jiva, when Shastra says, Guru says that there is something more than Jivatvam, then you say, oh, if it is so, assuming only, assuming Shastra's sentence, oh, if I am something more than Jivahood, then I can say that I don't know that. I know that I am a Jiva. That means even to say I don't know myself, you have to be under misunderstanding. You have to be within misunderstanding as a Jiva. That is Mithya Jnanam. Under the Mithya Jnanam alone, you can think of not knowing. Otherwise, directly not knowing, total not knowing, such experience doesn't exist. Okay? Then doubt. You say, I am more than Jivahood? Yeah, might be. It looks, what you say seem to be true. This Jivahood, my individuality may not be wrong, may not be right. So probably I could be something more than Jiva. I think what you say seems to be right. I can't be sure, but might be. So here a little bit doubt of your Jivahood. Your Jivahood is one paksha, one side, and you say, I may not be Jiva. This Jivahood might be my misunderstanding. Then you have a doubt. Okay? Either you have a doubt or you have a clear misunderstanding about yourself. Remaining in the misunderstanding alone, that's why Shankaracharya, Mithya Jnanam or Adhyasa alone is the main Ajnanam, he says. Because when it comes to Atma Jnanam, when it comes to Atma Ajnanam, when it comes to Atma Sajnanam, I don't know basically refers to Mithya Jnanam alone, misunderstanding alone. That is Jivahood. Being a Jiva, being in misunderstanding, you can talk of other two. What is that other two? Absence of knowledge and doubt. Without being a Jiva, you can't talk of bare absence of knowledge. You can't talk of doubting yourself whether you are a Jiva or Brahman. Those two things, doubt and total absence of knowledge, these two things come only assuming your Jivahood. So, that I am a Jiva is the primary thing. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, when it comes to Atma Ajnanam, Adhyasa is the primary. Presupposing Adhyasa alone, you can talk of other two ignorances. That is absence of knowledge and doubt. In worldly matters, regarding the worldly matters, you know something and you don't know something. There you can say an absence of knowledge is possible. Okay? There, in the worldly sense, in the worldly ignorance, in the ignorance about the worldly things, worldly matter, you can have the ignorance of three types: absence of knowledge, a misunderstanding, a doubt. These three you can have separately. In worldly matter, absence of knowledge, misunderstanding, and doubt. These three ignorances, three forms of ignorance, you can't say three ignorances, three forms of ignorance, you can have these three with reference to separate objects. In one object you have that absence of knowledge, in another object you have a misunderstanding, in another object you have a doubt. So these three forms of ignorances you can have separately, individually, either two or one or each one separately with reference to worldly objects. Okay, there can be, I make it clear, there can be simply absence of knowledge without being a misunderstanding. Somebody asks, hey, do you know Russian language? Assuming that you don't know. Indians, we don't know many foreign languages except English. So if you ask that, do you know Russian? He says, no, I don't know. That means to say that I don't know Russian language, first you know that there is a language called Russian. At least that much you know. Oh, you mean that Russian is a language? Oh, if it is a language, then I don't know. That means you should have a basic understanding. Something that there is something, a samanya jnanam, a general understanding that there is something. And talk about it, the details I don't know. Russian language I don't know, but the Russian is a language, this much I know. That it is a language I know, but what is the language? I cannot speak, I cannot read and understand Russian language. But Russian is a language, this much I know. Okay? Like this. So, if you know that Russian is a language, then if I ask you, do you know it? Yes, I don't know. I don't know is possible when you know just a basic information, a general knowledge that Russian is a language, this much you know. This much general knowledge you have. When you know a general knowledge, you can talk of ignorance about its detailed knowledge. We call in Sanskrit samanya jnana, vishesha jnana. When you have a samanya jnana, having a samanya jnana, you can say, I don't know its detail. I don't know its vishesha jnana. Suppose such a thing doesn't exist at all. You cannot even think of it. You cannot say, I don't know even. If you know that there is a language, oh, there are many things which I don't know. This much I know. Yes, I am told that there are many countries in the world. There are many countries in the world other than India. Those who are born and brought up in India and not much educated, he thinks that only India is the world. He doesn't know that there is a world beyond it. So, oh, there is a world. Yes, I am told that there is a world. But I have not seen it. I don't know it. So, to say that I don't know, first you should know that there is such a world. World is so vast. If somebody told you that there is a vast world, so you have to have, so not knowing Russian language presupposes this basic knowledge that there is a Russian language, there is a language called Russian. This much basic knowledge is required to say that I don't know. That means a samanya jnanam is required to have a vishesha ajnanam. Ignorance of its details presupposes a bare knowledge, a basic knowledge, essential knowledge about it. Anything. To know any ignorance anywhere on the earth, any worldly objects, to know, to be ignorant of its details, to say that I don't know the more details, you should know something about it, a bare existence that it is. If you know that it is, then you can say I have not seen it. When you don't know that it is, you can't say I have not seen it. To say that I have not seen it, to say that I don't know, you should know that first such a thing exists. Okay, this is called a bare knowledge, samanya jnanam, a general knowledge, a vague knowledge, a bare knowledge of its existence. Then you can say about the details, I don't know. Okay, this I don't know is possible. I don't know something is possible when you know that such a thing exists. So this much knowledge is presupposed when you say I don't know myself. So regarding the worldly object, I don't know something, an absence of knowledge presupposes some knowledge, some basic knowledge, some essential knowledge. Okay, absence of knowledge presupposes basic knowledge. This point will be discussed in the next point, more details, but here we have to touch a little bit. Second thing is error. When you are under misunderstanding, you say, I know that it is only a snake, but I don't know anything else. I don't know more than that I know. Here, when you say, I don't know, you are only implying that you know that there is a snake, but other than this, I don't know. So, I don't know assumes that you have some understanding of it that is in the form of snake. You have an understanding about it in the form of a snake, and you don't know something more about it. The third form of ignorance is, you say it might be snake, may not be snake, maybe snake, may not be snake. So I have a wavering knowledge, I have a very fluctuating, it could be this, it could be that, so I'm not sure. Here when you say I don't know, you mean that you have no sure knowledge. Okay? In the first one, you only have a basic knowledge, you don't have the detailed knowledge. In the absence of knowledge, I don't know. Absence of knowledge implies that you have a bare existence. You know it's a bare existence, but I don't know its details. First, absence of knowledge means you don't know its details. I don't know implies details. In the second point, I know only as a snake, but I don't know what is really. That means you don't have the right knowledge. You don't have the correct knowledge, but you have some knowledge about it. You have some knowledge about it. I know about it as a snake, but I don't know the correct knowledge. I know it as a snake, but I don't know the correct knowledge. So here, I don't know means I don't have correct knowledge. Regarding the doubt, regarding doubt also you say I don't know. I don't know can mean that I have no accurate knowledge, but I have some wavering knowledge, maybe this, maybe that, but I'm not sure. I have no sure knowledge, I have no accurate knowledge, exact knowledge. Categorical knowledge I do not have. Maybe this, maybe that. It is this side or that. I'm not sure. So this I don't know can mean any of these three. Okay? I don't know means I know just barely that it exists, but I don't know the details. I don't know can mean I know something about it, but I don't know the right, correct knowledge about it. I know something, but I don't know the correct knowledge. Right and correct knowledge. Third one is, I know, but it is something wavering, might be, may not be, maybe, may not be like that. So I have no sure knowledge. So I don't know can mean in these three ways regarding the worldly objects. Regarding the worldly objects, you have these three. I don't know itself can mean any of these three. A bare existence I know, but I don't know that. I don't know details. I don't know the correct knowledge, or I don't know, I'm not sure of it. I do not have accurate knowledge, sure knowledge. So I don't know can mean these three. Regarding the worldly objects. Regarding the Atma, I don't know basically means misunderstanding only. I know myself as an individual. I don't know more than this. I don't know other than individuality. Only after Shastra says this comes. Okay? After Shastra says that you are something more than individual, you are not Jiva, then you say, oh, is it? Then I don't know. I know that I am a Jiva, but I don't know other than this. So Adhyasa is the basic one. Adhyasa is the basic one. Keeping the presupposing Adhyasa, then the absence of knowledge and doubt comes later. That's why Shankaracharya, regarding Avidya, regarding Atma Vidya, ignorance about Atma, he says primary thing is misunderstanding. Adhyasa is the main. Because being in Adhyasa alone, you say, I know myself as an individual, but I don't know anything else. So I don't know, that absence of knowledge comes only presupposing Adhyasa. Okay. Therefore, whether doubt about yourself or not knowing yourself presupposes Adhyasa. Therefore, Adhyasa is primary in regarding the Ajnanam of Atma. Regarding the worldly Ajnanam, these three forms of ignorance can separately exist. Each one can separately exist. Okay. So this much we have explained. I think this is a more, we need to discuss more, the 23rd point, and one more Purvapakshi raises an objection, we have to discuss more. I think we'll go slowly, at least today. Hereafter I am thinking every day we'll have one session, otherwise the book will not. So my health is, I can't say totally recovered, still there is a little bit difficulty. Pain, continuous pain. So, but still I can make out I'm much better than before, in spite of some pain continuing. So I think I hope to do every day at least half an hour to 40-45 minutes. Every day we'll have Mulavidya. I hope to have, if everything goes well. It's only just my wish. I'm not assuring you. It's my wish that we'll have some session, at least some session of 35 to 40 minutes every day Mulavidya. And the other one, that Kannada Vedanta Paribhasha is there anyway, that I will do. So I think we'll have, now I take a half an hour gap. It is 11:05. 11:30 we will have that Kannada Mulavidya Nirasa. I mean that, not that Vedanta Paribhasha in Kannada also we'll have. Okay. So we shall continue this Mulavidya Nirasa tomorrow. Okay. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat.